What's going on YouTube? Just finished the remote YCS, played the Adagnister deck, and made day 2. Scrubbed out like a buster though on day 2. Felt like this was something worth profiling. I think this deck is pretty good. It's criminally underrepresented. I know with a little more practice and a little more play, a lot of people could find some real success with this deck. So, on for the main deck that I played. 3 Achichi and 3 Picari. These are our most important ones. They're also the only Adagnister we play multiples of, because all of these cards, or Adagnisters besides these cards, are really bad to see in our hand. So we only play 1 Doyon and 1 Bururu. These cards are, once again, they're really, really good cards, just bad on their own. So we don't play a whole lot of those cards. Picari and Gachiri. We need these cards to push through hand traps and trap cards. Once again, we don't want to play multiples because they're not necessarily very good to see on their own. And then Danmari, this is the quote-unquote brick of the deck. This card functions like Hot Red Dragon Archfiend too. A lot of people thought this was more, like you could only negate like monster effects. No, this can negate spells and traps and everything. So this card's pretty powerful. I'm a really big fan of this card, though it is a little not so ideal to draw. And then for the last of the monsters, play 3 Ash and 3 Valor. The philosophy with the hand traps I wanted to play for this deck was, in the main deck I wanted to have the most generic hand traps possible, because I knew I was going to be playing against a very wide range of decks. Worked out in my favor because I ended up playing against 9 total different decks the entirety of the tournament. So these cards were really, really clutch. I was a big fan of both Valor and Ash in the main. For the spells, 3 Signet Mining and 3 I Meet You. Once again, these are just our spell starters. These are a little more ideal when you get drolled, because you don't really want to commit a monster and then get drolled and then just be stuck with that. So I really liked these a little bit more than the monster starters to start my turns with. But yeah, can't really do much when you get drolled. And then 3 Island. This is the most important card of the deck. You open this with a starter. You get to resolve your contact, which is your another one of your win conditions. I think this card overall helps you play around hand traps a lot easier too. So yeah, I think 3 is worth it. You definitely want to see it. And 2 Idol Reborn. It's our quick play reborn. It also recycles cards. You can loop this and Doyon together, so that way you can make like an advantage loop and keep yourself alive. I use that to pick up my starters again, so I can get going on the next turn. Pretty useful. This card also helps you play through kaijus as well. Just because, so like say you have a rival and they kaiju you, you can flip this up and then you still get your negate, which in my eyes is worth the trade. Like, you just trade a kaiju for a negate. And then eye contact, this card is really, really good. The frequency that you see like the island is like so often, so like this card always resolves. Like you like always see this card, and it like, man, not a lot of people are able to stop it. It's very, very, very good. You can bait the hand traps, push for eye contact, and it's game almost every single time. I also have resolved this card 2 and 3 times in games in the tournament, and yeah, there's just no hope. You might as well scoop after the first one resolves. And then for the last of the spells, we play 3 Cosmic and 2 Prosperity. In the same breath, I play Contact and Prosperity in a deck. I know, I'm kind of an idiot, but this deck only has 12 starters, and I wanted to play on the higher end so I could see them more often. So I played Prosperity on the hopes that I get to 14. Now, a lot of people will go, okay, so how do you kill them turn 2 if you Prosperity? Well, it's pretty easy. All you have to get is a rival, update Jammer, and then any other monsters to get you to access code. At that point, you can kill your opponent at Prosperity. It's extremely doable if you have extenders. And then as for the trap cards, 3 Strike and 3 Imperm. Imperm falls into that same thing as Valor. It's just a very wide hand trap that can go through all the matchups. And Strike really complements this deck too, because one of the few outs to your arrival is Avermex, Boral Sword, and Access Code, and this happens to deal with all 3 of them. So yeah, that's the main deck. 40 cards. Extra deck, I'm on 3 Dark Infant. I think you want the 3rd one over any other Link one, specifically because you want to follow up and get the 2nd contact to secure a win. You can also, if they hand trap the contact, pick it back up and secure the win the next turn with this too. And then Link Spider, I feel like we have to respect Nib. Splash Mage, 2 of them. I think this is one of the best cards in the extra deck. We would play 3 if Transcode Talker didn't search Gachiri, because that's kind of relevant. Searching a extender that can make the thing it links into unaffected by card effects. That's pretty good. Speaking of cards we kind of have to play, Fire Phoenix. This card is the worst card in the extra deck, and it's almost like we gotta play a 14-card extra deck and we get punished for this, but it does get better when the Heat Soul card comes out, I believe. Yeah, this card's just alright though, like we have to play it. It's for I Meet You. Dark Templar, this is one of our win conditions going first. It is just a soul charge. So you have this and your Dark Infant, you soul charge 3 cards. It's pretty cool. Wicked cannot be destroyed by battle and card effects. So if you get hand trapped, make this card, you pass, you're pretty safe. Update Jammer and access code. These are just win dot buttons. I only play 1 access code because I'm playing Avermax. I wanted this for matchups like Striker, and I also wanted to have something to make when my Templar got hand trapped and I didn't have protection for it. So this was something you could make with your Infant and your Templar if it got hand trapped. Arrival, Win Condition, and Win Pegasus. We don't play the Light Phoenix because you can just reveal Fire Phoenix and do functionally the same thing. And it also saves us an extra deck slot. And then for the side, 3 Droll, 3 Nib, 3 Bell. I feel like these were the next best 3 hand traps, but Bell kind of underperformed over the weekend, so it may be replaced with something else. Play 3 Judgment. This is for going first. I think it complements really well with the Strike, and it's good versus both combo decks and control decks, because going first, you can either deny them access to their choke point, or you can deny them access to their pivotal spell and traps. So I think this card is really important with Arrival. And then the best card of the side deck was Lightning Storm. So against combo, this can either eat a negate, blow out their board so you can kill them, or against a trap deck, it can blow out their trap cards and kill, so you can kill them. But it's also extremely high impact versus Tri-Brigade. So I felt like this card paired with Bell would have been a perfect side-in. And against the Tri-Brigade matchup, it was very fine, but the guy I played against had both Anti-Spell and Order, so not really a whole lot you can do. This card could have maybe been Twin Twister and it would have been better, but still not really sure. But alright, that was the deck. Yeah, do whatever the hell you guys do after videos. See ya.